Hey everybody, how we doing?
Morning, everybody.
Joe here.
Kevin.
So the Americans. We had kind of a grim episode last week.
It really was. It was a bummer. And again, it was a nice reminder. We get these episodes every once in a while that our leads, while we do really pull for them and like them, are doing heinous things. Like I know that they don't have a choice in them. Philip obviously felt kind of bad about kidnapping the guy and sending him back to Russia away from his family. Who they'll never see again. He'll never see his wife and kid again.
But it really got to him much more than shooting an innocent person in the face,
Right.
But at the same time, I'm sure the show is not really from his perspective or his POV, so we don't really know what the character's feeling.
Sure.
The last episode we certainly did. I mean, this episode was harrowing to say the least. I mean, even the shot of the guy looking out the porthole from the ship at America, that was
pretty rough.
That was tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. There's consequence to these actions, and they're just pawns in this big game,
Yeah, I'm wondering because we are still kind of in the middle of the murder mystery of the other family.
The last couple episodes, they kind of took
we kind of detoured away from, but I don't think we're done. I don't know where Granny fits into this, and I don't think we're done with that storyline.
Also, I don't know if John Carroll Lynch is going to come back. I kind of doubt it. If he does, he might just come back and.
I don't know how we're done with him, because again, he's such a titan as a character actor.
Yeah,
that it's like so weird that he would that's all. Maybe it is. Maybe that's the fun the show's having with it is like let's get this guy who usually is pretty substantial,
steals the scene
on a show.
Does,
which was great in the one episode we really had him on.
Yeah,
and is that going to be it? Like. Or is there more to him?
He's memorable in everything that we see. Even this, I mean, like we're talking about him 4 episodes removed. I mean, like you watch Zodiac, Fargo, you're like, that's what you remember from the movie is his face. And I don't know. Maybe he'll come back. Maybe he won't.
Sure, absolutely.
It'd be kind of weird if he doesn't, though.
Yeah, I expect him back, but again, the show, is wonderfully not predictable.
It's all about misdirection.
Absolutely. That's kind of the fun of it. We have a murder mystery in the middle of a spy thriller, which is a really cool take we've got going on. Yeah, exactly. We do want to go ahead and welcome Jeremy Dion, Anna Botham, Stephen Husick, Maria, Holly Cowclazier, Chris Warner, Ari B, and Callie Pampuk. I'm so sorry for the several of you whose names I'm sure I got wrong there. But thank you for joining us on our Patreon. We very much appreciate you being here with us, guys.
We really do. And if you guys are watching us on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel.
Hello.
If you don't mind hitting the like button for us, leave us a comment down below, and please hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the new content we've coming your way.
Yeah, if you'd like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else we've watched or are watching, please check out a link in the description below to our Patreon page, where you see a whole lot of content over there. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, we are at least 4 episodes ahead over on Patreon of The Americans, so you can jump right over there and get rolling again. Just keep going. We're also watching 30 Rock right now as a Patreon exclusive. You will have to sync and watch along on your own streaming service or device. You are only going to see and hear us for copyright purposes.
Worth it. It's a good show.
Paige, what is this?
I'm allowed to have my own life.
And we are allowed to know.
So we're not done with this yet.
Yeah, what's up with the church thing?
Right.
What can you give me in exchange for Nina's safety?
He's going to get himself or Nina killed for sure.
I think he might be involved in that murder then. I do. I think he might be selling information.
Yeah.
If you discover he did it, you'll take care of him there?
No.
Which one of you?
Does it matter? Yeah.
Right.
I'll run counter surveillance and wait for you.
Good.
If they are planning something between Granny and them, like some kind of standoff,
right.
I think it's going to be way later in the show.
I do too. I don't think she goes away soon.
Yeah, at this point, she's going to be on the show for a while, I think.
I've been keeping her busy at the Residentura.
He even looks like a bad guy.
He does.
What is it you want?
The FBI surveillance logs that pertain to me.
I'm kind of curious now that Stan says he loves her, what lengths he's willing to go to.
Pretty far, I'm assuming.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, Stan's smart. Like, that guy told him he's the only one that knows about him and Nina. Just kill him. You know what I mean? Like,
well, he's got to say he's got.
I guess some kind of contingency.
Right, he's got a contingency. Yeah. They search his house after he's dead, and they find all this information. Something. Yeah,
and Stan can't just keep going rogue and killing people left and right. But he needs to tell somebody for sure.
Well, he needs to figure something out.
Yeah.
Can I see your IDs?
I've seen this guy a lot in things.
Yeah. I'm trying to place it.
You betrayed your country, service, fellow SEALs, for what?
We have everything. Meeting times, drop sites.
So keep working for the KGB.
That's funny.
Yeah,
That's really good.
That's really good, yeah.
Marshall Eagle, it was mentioned in his file, too. We gotta find out what that is. Then we'll take care of him.
Emmett and Leanne thought he might come after them.
Yeah, they gotta take him out eventually.
We know where he lives, where he works. They're gonna want information on Marshall Eagle. Then we'll take him out.
Something's gonna go wrong.
Right.
How can you read?
Just staring at the pages.
Did you make the signal?
Yeah.
I don't know if I trust Granny when she said leave my name out of it when you talk to the center.
Everybody is a suspect at this
Right.
point, you know?
Yeah. In China, red means good luck.
Well, you can't have too much of that.
He's not good at conversation.
He's not,
is he?
no.
Good luck is good.
Yeah.
Emmett and Leanne had an agent, Andrew Larrick. Those are his personal records.
What are we having?
Another seltzer.
This is not a very private meeting.
No.
They won't want you and your family unnecessarily exposed. I'll make sure of it.
Good.
It's nice they have Reagan in the background, too. That's really
It's great.
That's interesting.
Well, because of the whole Nicaraguan thing, selling arms to pay for the war in Iran, the whole Iran Contra affair. But Reagan was a criminal here.
Yeah. From what I hear, that's kind of what the Jeff Bridges show is kind of about. The old man or whatever.
Oh, is it really?
I think so. I haven't seen it, but
I mean,
And anyone in particular?
Oleg
You're doing
Igorovich
it.
Burov.
so now Stan is doing stupid things to protect Nina, who doesn't really need protecting.
no, not at all. Oh, Stan.
We already have a delivery service. Thank you very much.
Are you sure? Dependability is our middle name.
You don't just quit.
We'll keep it in mind.
I'm interested in both conversations.
I am too. I was trying to listen over that one to the other one.
What is going on with it?
Whatever it is gonna have to wait.
Are they going to start, like, neglecting the home life a little bit? I mean, they kind
They
of
have to. Yeah, I mean, they have 2 full-time jobs.
3 if you want to count the fake travel agency.
No, that's the other full-time
I got
job.
you. I think
Yeah.
it's the family life. I was like, yeah.
You know, nothing is more important to them than your safety.
Sounds like something is.
Just can't win, can they?
No,
The American people deserve to know what their government's doing behind their back.
when they get caught, Reagan has to plead the fifth
Yeah.
to stay out of prison. That's when Oliver North got in trouble.
Really?
He took the fall. Yeah,
What year was that?
like 80. I thought it was like 83 when it all went down.
Oh, so it's
Maybe it's earlier.
pretty
Yeah,
early
it was
on.
pretty early. Yeah,
And it wasn't that big of a deal? Like, he still remained president after that?
yeah, he did. They couldn't. He's like,
I guess,
in hearings, he's like, I don't remember. That's what he said about everything. I don't remember if I gave the order.
Dang.
Yeah,
Dang.
that's when we started the whole thing of I don't remembers.
That's crazy. That was a bigger deal.
But they funded it by illegal arms sales. Is how they
Jesus.
paid for it. I mean,
I've
it
heard
was a big deal.
We're hearing about it. It's been in
Yeah.
movies and written about.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
like, I didn't realize the extent of it.
Some of these people are so bad at their jobs.
But, I know. They should lose hope.
It's like, this cannot be how our government works.
Yeah, right. Well, recently, wasn't there somebody, they didn't break into the White House, but there's some kind of aide that was fornicating in the... It was a big Twitter thing, I guess. And yeah, it was a big deal.
Well, for that,
We have to let him know who we really are.
yeah. I'm sure he's going to take that news well.
It's a complicated game.
It is.
I'm looking for Mr. Gadd.
You work with him?
Yes, ma'am.
What he's going to tell Gad what's going on?
I doubt it.
Well, Gad's not on the case anymore, is he?
No, he's not.
Well, before you do anything you can't undo, has it occurred to you that you might be the one in over your head?
Yes.
Yeah.
Finally, somebody
Somebody needs to tell him that, yeah.
The use of these politicians in these shots is so
Yeah, it's really
good.
cool, yeah.
After the operation, it's only a matter of time before they track the intelligence back to the congressman, to his safe, to his aide, to you.
Just a heads up. Yeah. It's going to suck. That's actually a really brilliant shot.
Yeah.
Him having just to see himself.
Right,
Like, that's
yeah.
how you can get lost. And also, that'd be so uncomfortable. But just to get lost in that character, like,
For sure.
kind of forget who you are.
What is her name?
Doris.
Right, she shouldn't ask the name. This gets too personal.
Yeah.
He has to kill him.
Everybody in this episode is just so in over their head.
They are,
That
right.
is the theme.
Perdóname, amor.
Don't do drugs, kids.
God.
She's really cramming the Bible, man.
She is.
And the Rick Springfield poster in the background. Nice. Yeah, they're building to something with Paige, I feel like. We keep getting glimpses of that.
I just like hanging out at the youth group more.
Why are you telling me this now?
Well, I don't want to lie to you. I'm not a liar.
Your parents are.
We talk. It's mostly just music and snacks, but it's not that big of a deal. You guys should come sometime.
Trying to say, like, nah.
Nah,
We're good.
There's no way, right?
Are you mad at me?
No, be worried about her.
I knew I'd end up dead.
You're not going to die, Nina. We will figure this out.
Don't keep promises you can't keep.
But I need you to take a polygraph.
Ooh.
She can't pass a polygraph.
You don't trust me. I would never betray you.
I know that.
I have never betrayed you. Don't touch me.
If Stan had a brain, he'd be like, "You're done with all of this. You don't love me anymore because of you won't take a polygraph."
Yeah. The red flag's not going off.
They should be.
My man's in love.
Right. He's not thinking clearly. Because that was a major red flag. Her like, I'm out. I'm done.
I prefer working with people who believe in what we're doing.
You would.
Maybe he would know, though.
Right.
If something were to happen to you or your family,
We'll be okay.
Now he's slipping up.
Yeah.
you're lucky to have him. Goodbye, Elizabeth.
Dang it.
Yep.
Not a good cliffhanger.
Right. No answers, just more questions.
Yeah, well, halfway through the season, I get it.
Right.
But at the same time, all right, Alaric, yet.
Yeah,
At
right.
the same time, though, what's he got up his sleeve? You know what I mean?
Sure. Well, I mean, he is a double agent, and they're going to say, "Hey, by the way, we're KGB. You're actually working with us." So
And he knew it. I mean,
right.
yeah. But at the same time, he was planning on killing his handlers. So it's like, what is his end game? You know, like he's trying to rid himself of the KGB.
I don't know.
You know, it's so many questions up in the air.
Sure.
Also, we didn't take a break from the home life, but at the same time, this episode really dug deep into it and the intimacy behind the home life as well. And the show hasn't really touched upon, well, two things really: how the intimacy can, you know, how that affects the home life, and also how does that pretending to be somebody for so long, how does it affect you as a person? You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
You get lost in the character, you get lost in the role. I mean, like that would take a toll. We saw it with Elizabeth a little bit when she was playing the Navy guy.
Right.
With Philip, though, I mean, he's quite literally living another life. He's got another wife somewhere,
right,
home with her, and the fact that that shot was so great, he even ripped the wig off all the way, just pulled it up just so he could see his own self, you know. And I thought that was really well done.
No, it really was. Obviously, there's a lot to unpack, and we still have a lot to get through. Like, because I mean, the show started at the right time, right, with the characters.
Yeah.
What it's like, we've been working together forever.
Yeah.
And now let's actually try to have a relationship. You know, 20 years later, despite being a fake married couple for 20 years, and there's a lot to navigate there. They've got obviously more baggage, you know, than most couples do for a lot of reasons. But yeah, this is a domestic drama every bit as much as it's a spy thriller.
It really is.
Just a very complicated domestic drama because of that. And so everything's kind of working backwards. Like, well, we've been married and have kids. Now let's figure out how we like each other.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, it's just an interesting take on the domestic drama.
It's fantastic writing too.
Yeah, for sure.
I've been reading Bill Goldman's book, and he says in the book, you know, you want to get the plot and the story and the scenes as far along as possible as you can. That's where you should start, you know. And so the fact that we started when we did, not at the beginning,
right,
pretty far into this.
Sure, no, very much so. They're middle aged with teenage children.
Yeah. And as far as the murder mystery goes, okay, so I don't think it was Larrick. I think we can cross him off the list.
Yeah.
So it's got to be this guy that Granny was seeing, and I think that's interesting. It's obviously somebody I don't believe that we've seen yet.
Probably, right.
You know, I mean, I'm assuming it's an older gentleman.
Right.
It'd be kind of funny if it was like a young, ripped up guy.
And maybe it's not the guy that she's seeing. You know, that could all be like, well, it might be him. We don't know.
It's all a ruse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not intentionally, but you know. But yeah, I mean, the show offers plenty of food for thought. That's for sure.
I mean, I think we'll get answers. I just think we're still a ways away from them.
Of course, yeah. Of course. You really want to get the most out of the season, you know?
Absolutely. Kind of curious to see where they go with the whole Nicaraguan.
Yeah.
You know, the Contra, Iran-Contra scandal, and how much we get out of it. I don't remember with the year that it happened. It was not, obviously it was 80s, so it's before my consciousness.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if it's the kind of thing that Philip, which I think would be a lot of fun, that Philip and Elizabeth kind of break for the American people, because you don't know, the way timelines work, right?
Sure.
They can do whatever they're going to do, but it could take years before it actually gets to the point where, it's a real public scandal.
Yeah.
Watergate took forever
to
get to that point. Yeah. Woodward and Bernstein breaking the story was just the beginning of an awful lot of investigations and hearings and stuff before, there was actually any type of resolution. This stuff doesn't move quickly.
Yeah, because the Frost Nixon interviews it was like the 80s, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I don't know if it was 80s. I can't remember, but it was definitely a lot later.
Yeah.
It was well after Nixon was gone and trying to rewrite history about what a great guy he was.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll see. I love when this show incorporates actual history.
I do too.
Into like the Reagan shooting, right?
Yeah.
The actual history into
the space program, or the Star Wars
program. Yeah. Into the narrative of the story. It's great. It's a lot of fun.
I like that they're not bending history. They're not doing like a revisionist history like we see on Maisel or any Tarantino project. It's like they're staying in the guidelines.
Yeah,
right?
It's historical fiction, right? Yeah, they're staying well within the guidelines,
which is fun.
Sure,
it's a lot of fun. I like how there's a limit. I feel like you could write yourself into a corner doing that, but at the same time, there's a lot of ways you can go with that.
Sure, and I'm sure they've got it well plotted out.
Sure,
this is an intricate show, right? It's an intricate show, so you've got to really think. It's like Breaking Bad, right?
Yeah.
You've got to really think about your plot pieces because you know where you're headed with the story.
Always
so
4 steps ahead.
So right, so a lot of things have to fit together just right.
Yeah,
and I feel like this show does that too.
It's brilliant.
It is. We'll catch you in the next one, guys.
See ya.